5 things that I do differently in my interaction to create high levels of attraction with women. I'm gonna break down an interaction and show you 5 different concepts that I use in this clip to create high levels of attraction. And then I'm also going to play the entire clip uncut at the end so you could see each one of these stacked in and how it creates such a powerful result in this interaction. Let's get into the very first point, starting out with the open. Hey, excuse me. Wait, why are you laughing?
I don't know. I was expecting you to.
You were expecting me?
No, I wasn't. I was expecting you to just pop up. That's crazy.
Wait, was I too close to you?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought I had like a safe distance.
No, you did. That's why I was expecting you to pop back up.
Okay, so point number 1 is that I laugh and I have fun. Now, after coaching hundreds of clients out in the field and breaking down so many different recordings of guys that are going out and approaching women, and also just seeing this every time I'm out and I'm looking at men interacting with women, the recurring sticking point that I see with a lot of men is they simply cannot have fun in their interactions. Like, they talk to a woman and it is a very boring, serious conversation. Maybe they're a decent conversationalist and they have some interesting things to say, but very rarely do I see a guy actually having fun and laughing out loud. Now, it does not necessarily need to be off the open initially. Like in this interaction, it does happen like instantly, which is even more powerful. Like the girl's actually laughing within 3 seconds of opening. It doesn't need to be upfront like this. You just need to laugh at some point. Like most men, they don't smile at all. But another thing is they don't actually laugh in the interaction when they're telling a story, when they tease the girl, when they're talking about something. There is very minimal laughing. What I've noticed in myself is that this is something I actually do quite a bit. It's not a nervous laugh where I'm so afraid of creating tension that I have to laugh to break the tension. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about like I am genuinely having fun and laughing in almost every interaction that I have. Now that will take practice. You will need to get to a place where you're comfortable and confident and relaxed in an interaction to do this, but it's also an active skill set that you need to practice doing. Like you need to actually try to laugh out loud and have fun in your interaction. Let's get into point number 2.
I was expecting you to just pop up. That's crazy.
Wait, was I too close to you?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought I had like a safe distance.
No, you did. That's why I was expecting you to pop back up. I was
Oh, okay. You threw me off. I thought you said you were literally expecting me. I was okay, that's
the
weird.
Universe, yeah.
That's kind of weird.
No.
The second thing that I do in this interaction is I misinterpret what the woman's saying, right? She says one thing and then I misinterpret what she's saying and re-say it out loud in a more advantageous way to my position in this interaction. So she actually said initially, oh, I wasn't expecting that, talking about me coming up and approaching. Think about how most men would react to that. If a woman says that, they would probably get apologetic and get really weirded out, like thinking, oh shit, I creeped her out, or I opened too close, or I hope she's not gonna reject me now that I open like that, right? That's one way to interpret what the woman's saying when she says, oh, I wasn't expecting you. The other way is like, I actually laughed out loud and was thrown off by what she was saying because I actually misinterpreted it to her saying I was expecting you. Now, that's actually not what she said, but you could see by misinterpreting it into a more advantageous way, I actually say out loud, I'm thrown off. I thought you said you were expecting me. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. Right? That's actually weird. And she comes back and is like, yeah, it's a sign from the universe. Right? So you could see in scenario A, the guy that thinks it's weird and creepy and interprets it as such, the woman will then react that way. Scenario B, the guy that interprets as the girl was saying, I was expecting you, and you're kind of like thrown off as if she was expecting you, and now that's kind of like weird. And then she says, yeah, it's a sign from the universe. Like, obviously that is a more advantageous frame. So point number 2 is misinterpretation. And this can be used in so many different ways. Sometimes it could be a sexual misinterpretation. Sometimes it could be more of like a playful misinterpretation. But this is a great technique that I constantly find myself doing in a variety of different ways in an interaction. And some of you guys might be thinking, well, what if I do that and then the girl thinks it's weird that I thought that? You just simply laugh and then you correct whatever it is, because it's not like you're trying to state a fact in that moment. What you're actually doing is you're thinking that she said something different or weird. So it actually puts the blame on the girl. And as long as you have a little bit of laughter going on as you say the thing, oftentimes they will correct whatever you said, but the concept is still impactful. Like it still creates that same effect because you brought that frame into the interaction, even if it was done in a playful way. Now, if you're somebody who's not really approaching, you're not having fun in your interactions, you're not creating attraction with women and doing what I'm showing you so far in this clip, I'd love to help you with that. I'd love to help you make that transformation. I've already coached over 1,000+ men. I've seen all the sticking points. I've struggled with all of these sticking points myself, and I would love to help you fix this so you could actually have the confidence and the dating life you really want. You could click the link down below and apply to work with me directly. Now let's get into point number 3. You threw me off. I thought you said you were literally expecting me. I was okay, that's weird.
Universe, yeah.
That's kind of weird.
No.
Oh. Well, I was actually coming up to just tell you, like, I thought you looked cute. I just wanted to say hi really quick. And then you hit me with this curveball, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, the universe was attracting you. No.
The universe?
Yeah,
oh.
maybe. I don't know.
Was it a sign?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Kyle. Now, the third thing I do differently in this interaction is there's actually quite a bit of push-pull going on in this first minute of the interaction, right? So in a common approach, what you may see is just a very generic guy that goes up, displays intent, not much smile, not much laughter, not much of a vibe, no playfulness like whatsoever, and zero push-pull. And honestly, guys, that can still work the majority of the time. Like, full transparency, a decent amount of my interactions actually do go that way. But I wanted to show this video to show you guys what I do differently a decent amount of the time. And again, at the end of this video, we'll just show you the full 90 seconds, like uncut, so you could see all the different techniques and how it plays out at the end. It creates such a powerful result. So when you have the opportunity to do so with the push-pull, I would highly recommend you do it, because it creates this nice balance of positive and negative emotions, right? So the first thing that I mentioned to this girl was, oh, I was thrown off. I thought you said you were expecting me. Like, that was kind of weird. And then we have a laugh for a moment about that. She talks about the universe kind of aligning us here. I then go into my actual opener, which was, hey, honestly, why I came up to you was I was walking by and I thought you looked really cute. I wanted to come over and say hi. So I say that intentful line, but since I already have something that I was teasing her on, I can then stack that back in to turn the open into an actual push-pull. So I say, the reason I came up to you was I was walking by and I thought you looked cute, but then you threw this curveball at me about you expecting me, and I was like, whoa, I was kind of like thrown off about the whole thing, right? So you can always have this canned, intentful, flirty line, but anytime you're teasing a girl about anything, you could throw in the tease, which is essentially an easy template. It's you're cute, but blank. Like, I saw you walking by and I thought you were cute, but then you hit me with this curveball. I was like, wait, what? I was like so thrown off by the whole thing. So anytime that you are teasing the girl, you can throw that into the intentful line to balance it out. It's you're cute, but blank tease, or blank tease, but you're cute, so it's okay. Let's get into tip number 4. Well, I was actually coming up to just tell you, like, I thought you looked cute. I just wanted to say hi really quick. And then you hit me with this curveball, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, the universe was attracting you. No.
The universe?
Yeah,
oh,
maybe. I don't know.
Was it a sign?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah.
You have a interesting personality. Now, point number 4 about things that I do differently is that I always improv first, and then if nothing else, I go back to my default canned material. Meaning, in every interaction, there will be opportunities where the girl gives you something to comment on. It's something about her facial expression, it's some little comment she made, it's something about her accent, or something in her answer that you could comment on. That would be your improvisational material. That's something that just pops up in the moment that you could comment on. Now, if there is nothing that pops up, that's when you go back to your default opener, your default questions, your default personal input, your default flirty phrases, right? So most guys, they just run a very generic structure. But once you've done this enough times and you get to a decent level with this, you don't need to think about saying the structure. You have the structure in your back pocket, and you can always resort back to that to use if there's nothing that the girl's giving you to improv on. So this interaction is such a good demonstration of how you could consistently be improving. She's just giving me things to work with. And if you're really good at being fun and witty and improvisational, you can keep doing this over and over and over again by making an observation, commenting on a thing, misinterpreting something, taking that and making it like a playful hypothetical situation. And that's a great skill to constantly do. There was another moment that happened, I think it was around 45 seconds into the interaction, where I was about to say something, and then the girl said, "What's your name?" Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Kyle.
Kyle.
That's another thing is like I was about to go into my material, but if the girl ever throws something at you, you can always just keep your canned material, your next question on the back burner. And it's kind of like this open loop that you could go to once you actually run out of improvisational material. So if the girl's giving you something or asking you a question, by all means, like go down that route, keep your canned material on the back burner. And by the way, guys, everybody has canned material. Like you right now, if I throw you into an interaction and you run out of shit to say, you're gonna go into your canned default question, which for most guys, it's just interview mode. What do you do for work? Do you live around here? How old are you? What do you do for fun, right? I recommend you have more flavorful canned material, but everybody has it. What I do differently though is I'm very good at being improvisational and commenting on things in real time. And then only when I run out of all of that stuff, I then go back to the canned material. And this interaction is such a good demonstration of it in another reason, because I don't even say my actual opener until 33 seconds into the interaction. So before I even said my opening line, there was 33 seconds of material that just improvisationally came up based on her facial reaction, the way she was laughing, the comments she said. And that is such a powerful skill set. Like that in itself is an entire video if I wanted to really go deep on that. But that's a massive one that guys need to get better with. Let's get into the final point and then we'll show you the live demo that brings it all together.
Yeah. What's I'm Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah. Nice to meet
You have a interesting personality.
Interesting personality?
You're very like fun and animated.
Animated.
In a good way, not in a bad way. Like in a good way. I like your vibe.
I'm not from here, so
I could totally tell. Miami has not corrupted you.
No,
thankfully.
I'm like a little
I'm semi-corrupted.
Okay.
Not much.
You're not from here.
Originally, no, but I've been here for a little while. That's why I meant I'm semi-corrupted.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
And point number 5 about things that I do differently is I make it about her constantly, but also pay attention to the way that I do this, right? It's not just boring question, answer, question, answer. In fact, actually what's happening is the girl is asking me questions because of the way that I've ran this interaction so far. Like all of these things have made it in a position where she's really engaged and stimulated and asking me questions too. And so like, as you just saw in the last segment, I was staring at her with this like flirty look on my face. I said, you have a really interesting personality, right? And she didn't even know how to take it.
You have a interesting personality.
Interesting personality?
The delivery was very flirty, but the statement itself isn't that intentful. It could kind of go either way. And so literally when I said it, she laughed and like took a step back and like she didn't even know how to process it. Now, I then transitioned the conversation into, you must not be from around here, or I don't think Miami has corrupted you too much yet, right? So it's a flavorful way of asking her the same questions. I'm not just like, how long have you been here? Do you live here? You know, like boring ass fucking questions, right? So taking the question and making it more of an assumption or spicing it up a little way, instead of just how long have you lived here, it's like, how long has Miami corrupted you? You don't seem like you're that corrupted. I'm a little corrupted, but I'm not born and raised here, right? So it's just a fun, flavorful way to have the same type of conversation. And when you stack all of these together, it can create a really powerful result. And now I want to show you guys what the first almost minute and a half of this interaction looks like when you could do these things properly.
Hey, excuse me. Wait, why are you laughing?
I don't know. I was expecting you to.
You were expecting me?
No, I wasn't. I was expecting you to just pop up. That's crazy.
Wait, was I too close to you?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought I had like a safe distance.
No, you did. That's why I was expecting you to pop back up. I was
Oh, okay. You threw me off. I thought you said you were literally expecting me. I was okay, that's
the
weird.
Universe, yeah.
That's kind of weird.
No.
Oh. Well, I was actually coming up to just tell you, like, I thought you looked cute. I just wanted to say hi really quick. And then you hit me with this curveball, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, the universe was expecting you. No.
The universe?
Yeah,
oh.
maybe. I don't know.
Was it a sign?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Kyle.
Kyle. Yeah. Nice to meet
You have a interesting personality.
Interesting personality?
You're very like fun and animated.
Animated.
In a good way, not in a bad way. Like in a good way. I like your vibe.
I'm not from here, so
I could totally tell. Miami has not corrupted you.
No,
thankfully.
I'm like a little.
I'm semi-corrupted.
Okay.
Not much.
You're not from here.
Originally, no, but I've been here for a little while. That's why I meant I'm semi-corrupted.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I've been here Just under 2 years.
Okay. I think that's like a good amount of time.
Now, truth be told, guys, there was actually a lot more than 5 things that I did differently. These were 5 unique things for this particular clip, but there's actually a lot more stuff I do over the course of the interaction. And we'll put some footage over top of this. You can see this was actually a 14-minute interaction where I ended up walking with her. We stopped at the intersection, we crossed the street, we set up plans, we got close. This woman was actually commenting on how we looked so attractive together. Like
this one right here. This one.
Oh, okay.
What? Our legs are gorgeous?
Wow. I said.
Mine or hers?
There was a lot of interesting things that happened over this entire interaction, and it just goes to show how powerful of a result you can create when you finally have the skill set and the understanding of the structure to running an interaction like this. So if you guys want to understand the full structure to the interaction, be sure to check out this video right here. Or if you're someone who's been watching the content, but your social confidence in your dating life isn't actually changing, I'd love to help you expedite that process. Watching content's great, but watching these clips isn't going to actually change your life. You need somebody to coach you at the level you're at, hold you accountable, give you the structure, push you while you're out in the field, break down your interactions. That's the way you're gonna get the personalized, tailored coaching that you need to break through, not watching generalized content online constantly. All right, and if that's you, I'd love to help you with this process. Click the link down below and apply to work with me directly. That's all for this video, fellas. Peace out.